Welcome back, everyone, to the Song of Waves and Wind, where we have finally arrived here in the road to Gunshana, is what it says, Gunshana. Whatever it says, we are on the road into Kijan. Hello there, Ulashar.
Here the road winds south into Kijan. As it approaches Morjana, the Ridge of Plenty.
The moor itself is a line of sheer hills that runs from the east to west and serves as the southern hospitable boundary of the land its people name Shagana. Beyond the muir lies the Hatakali River and the distant jungles of Abanisa, from where the Orcakai come. It is my understanding that Inkanush desires not to pass over the moor, but to visit the great libraries of Zajana, the city that guards the road across the ridge. That is where we must first go. Okay, so we are going to Zajana.
When I escaped from Amak's tomb and fled homeward, I spent the last leg of my journey in the care of farmers at Medan.
I spent my time in Somadan, a village to the south. I will never forget the kindness they showed me. See how the fungal blight within Adagim encroaches upon this land? A nearby grove to the northeast is threatened even now, and should it fall to the creeping corruption, the people of Somadin will be endangered. Can you seek unblighted sea pods and call some of the trees that have already been infected at Shethak? As we pass their village on the way to Zajana, we should aid the farmers of Sormadon in memory of the kindness they showed me. We will meet up at Sormadon after the work of Shethak has complete, or as near as we can make it. The blight always returns, but that's no reason not to combat it. Alright, fine. We are going to now try to keep the Junshana from turning into Blight 2.0 or something. Well, we'll first have to deal with some jackals, and then we will head on our way. So, we need to hold on. Travel, travel to Shathag in Kishan. We already there? I was, in fact, nowhere near it. It seems to be somewhere that way. And apparently the birds in this area are rather large. And aggressive. Okay, let's not worry about the birds. Now, yeah. That's most definitely infected. Okay, so it looks like the quest just wasn't showing us an arrow, probably because we apparently had no idea where it was. Okay, but now we have an idea where it's at. Shathag. This it is as Ulashar feared, the trees have been corrupted by blight from Adagim. So I need to collect unblighted seed pods from trees. But does that mean I have to get them from the horns? And defeat fungal roots at Shathag. Well, alright, I'll see about this. Defeat roots. Wouldn't you want to deroot them instead? I mean, just saying. No, it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. Alright. Yes, I am supposed to get the seed pods from the trees. Alright. I guess that's good to know. The good news is they're only signature trees. Yay! I'm tired of fighting elite trees. I'm sure there are elite trees around here somewhere. Anything to make things each difficult. In fact, that tree in the distance back there, that looks like it could very well be an elite tree. Here you go, and that is, well, if I can get a good look at it, definitely elite. Alright, so, let's see. That's definitely elite. Also, let's see if I can find some of these roots. Fungal roots. That does not look like a fungal root. Let's see if I can find some more fungal roots. Maybe if you hit the fungal roots too hard, they attract the attention of the big trees. I mean, after all, big trees will have big roots, right? Make sense? Looking for signature style trees is probably going to take a very, very long time, so let's finish it off with one elite one. See if they're still as bad as they've always been. Of course, now they're level 154 since we're in a new area. Let's take that into account. I gotta be careful here. I also make sure that I don't get hurt too much. I have this big tree banging me on the head. Okay, are you ready for another round of pointy holes inside of your, I was going to say hide, but I guess it's really bark. Well, we've had, oh, I'm just sick of these roots. There's nothing, I was going to say there's nothing worse than a overly aggressive root. I guess maybe worse isn't the right word. Nothing more annoying. Well, goblins can be more annoying. Nothing more out of character, I guess, is a good way of putting that, because roots. Why are roots being hyper aggressive? Never could understand it. I have found some root trees, so that must mean that I am getting near civilization. I see buildings. Another sign of being near civilization. I have discovered Surmidon, which is a definite sign of civilization. Now, where are we? Ah! And I see fellow travelers.
Your errand has put a smile on my face.
You're in
That is no small thing in these dark days.
the seed pods that you have brought me escape the corruption of the Blight, and that means that they can be safely replanted further from Adagim, if it may prove necessary. I have not given up hope that Kurdwan will find a cure for the Blight, but until she does, we must remain practical. That was always my brother's advice, and now it must be mine as well. The folk of Sormadon greeted me warmly, but they seem less friendly towards your companions, Glorfindel and Ikanush. I know not the reason for it, but the farmers give them wide berth. It is quite unlike the people of Sormadon to be so reserved. Well, I guess. Oh, actually, I was about to say that he was of their type, but no, he's an elf. So yeah, it's interesting. Well, Glorfindel, you have anything to say?
Are the people of this village frightened of us?
It did not seem so elsewhere in Shagana. For what reason might the people here fear us? It cannot be that they have never seen Elzevor, for Ulashar is known to them, and they greeted him warmly. Okay. Well, what does Ikanush have to say about this?
This is not my first journey in these lands, for I ventured south seeking tidings of Sauron long ago.
Much I have learned in the lore vaults of Zajana, and it is there that I wish to return. Let us not tarry in the farming village when there is knowledge to be gained in the libraries of the City of Gates. But Glorfindel is not as accustomed to receiving such sour looks as I am. Distrust accompanies me in the south, even as it does in the north. But he is an elf lord and travels fewer roads than I. What would old Bartleman have to say about Glorfindel, I wonder? Oh, speak to one of the farmers and assure them that Glorfindel means them no harm, and at any rate our business will speed us along shortly. The people here have nothing to fear from us. Well, I am sure they'll be happy to know that. So I need to speak to Jawaz, no Kawaz, see, Kazaz, Kawaz, whatever. Hello there.
My neighbors and I mean to cause no offense, stranger, but
Kawaz wrings his hands apologetically. The elf that you are with has a presence about him that we have never encountered before. The Kentai who dwell in the forest to the north rarely emerge, but those that do, such as Ulishar, have not his bearing. It is rude to ask the age of an elf, as it is to ask of a man grown. For this elf seems to be of an ancient kind, older than even the bones of this land. If you and your friends are of Ulishar, then I will trust that your word that you can hold no ill will towards us. Reassure my neighbors of this, and we will speak again. For there is something else that troubles me. Okay, and I take it that this something else has nothing to do with elves and wizards and other weird things. So apparently, I don't look as weird to them as this. Even though my stature is a little, well, just little. It's a little. Yes, yes, a little. Okay, and we head over this way. And we'll try some Gukanji. Okay, we have reassured 2 villagers. I guess that'll be a random sampling of them. It looks like I have to pick up a couple of quest rings here and there.
we will trust you then. I hope you will be able to help us, as we helped Ulishar.
We hope that you'll be able to help us, as we helped Ulishar recover from his plight several months ago. If you are his friend, you're a friend to Sormadon, no matter how frightful the bearing of your companions. Okay, that's good to hear.
It is the custom of the farmers of Sormedan to let their herds graze upon the fields of Kijan.
Pursuit of the longer grasses sometimes brings the cattle many hours or even days away from home, but it has been too long since one of my neighbors has returned. Rokasar is his name, and when we last caught sight of him, he drove his cattle in the direction of Badragsad, the Blade Horn. That place is a dangerous reputation, and he knows better than to bring his cattle so close. But I can think of no good reason that he has not come back from Somadon. Will you look for him at Badrasag to the southeast and quell whatever dangers that you may find there? Alright, so look to Rockashire near Badrasag and see if there's any trouble whatsoever involved there. Now, I suppose I should pick up another quest or 3 while I'm here.
This past fortnight, I've gotten precious little sleep. A horrible voice shrieks out at night.
A horrible voice? Ugh. I believe these sounds came from the Blade Horn. Some know it as Badragsad. That too. It is an ancient fortress. There is a stench of evil about the place. I don't want to send anyone there, as I believe the place contains only foul beasts with an ill will. But I long for a full night's sleep. Would you investigate the blade hold and determine what cursed creature is making the sound? I would very much be in your debt. Alright, so that is Spectre and the Shadow. Oh, wonderful. I suppose I could ask him where the blade horn is, but, well, it looks like it's a place you cannot miss. You very definitely blade horn. Unlike the swamp we visited earlier, Bodrixot, or the blade horn, is very difficult to miss. Spirits dwell in Badrsog and pose a danger to Sormadon. Alright. Yeah. You hear a sharp cry, a voice seemingly in pain. Uh-oh. Well, we'll have to get through here first. And we have restless soldiers in here. Why they're restless, I don't know, but defeat spirits. Investigate the area around the disturbed spirit. Okay. And we also have defeat spirits and also... oh. Pursuing the Blight. I never talked to Elder Jemenja. Okay. I guess I should also be taking care of that. Vengeful Oathbreaker. That's never the sign of someone who is nice and easy to get along with. So I'll have to deal with that. I guess I have to figure out, what do they mean investigate the area around the disturbed spirit? Oh, is that the one that was reported by the... oh yes, by someone who's been hearing things in the night and all that stuff. So, let's say, oh, hold on. There seems to be something poking out of the dust. I mean, this book, I guess, is what they're talking about. The Strange Journal. It appears to be a journal of some kind, although whose is a mystery. Okay. Alright, I will bring this back to Kajun and ask him if he knows anything about this book, if that has any relation to what's going on. Okay, nothing there. Well, I do still have to find... we'll just kill a couple of spirits. Oh, there you are. And it looks like I probably have to kill those 5 spirits before I'm going to find out what happened to the farmer. Because I think that is what I came here for. Well, that's one of the things I came here for. I'm also here to find out about that. Well, I found the journal there. Someone calls for you from below the blade horn. Oh, down this way I think is where the voice came from. Well, at least it's not elite trees. That's all I gotta say about that. Weird looking spirits, but not elite trees. Oh. Ah! Down that way. Alright, oh. We do have stairs here. So, this is where he's at. Hello?
Why do you strive against the spirit, stranger? All is hopeless. All is lost.
I drove my cattle to graze here against my better judgment, but it was not the evils of the Bladehorn that threatened them. No, soldiers came from the west, and they laid claim to my creatures, butchering them and hauling away the meat to feed their army. They gave me nothing in return. Which army was this? Who did they fight for? Of what consequence is the name, stranger? Those were my beasts taken without payment, and this is wrong, is unjust, no matter whose name they did this for. But I remember it. Curse it! The name is Nizadi, the Shara of Hamat. They must have taken me for a fool. Hamat is a dead kingdom, and can have no ruler. Ah, Mizadi. What is this all about? Well, I think you can find her to be reasonable. Well, let's see. I think Mizadi will, when she knows about this, will be able to make recompense. That would be a most unusual outcome for all, stranger, but if you're able to obtain some remedy for the century, I will sing your praises from the sunrise to the sunset. But only then, and I expect it not. The soldiers made for the village of Garash to the southwest, and I'll inform your companions where. Okay. And he agrees to inform the companions where you have gone. Okay. Alright, fine. I will go there. Well, I will go there. Easy to agree to tell my companions. But I have to still see my companions. Because I have to go back to the village in order to help deliver this journal. Right. I found several spirits wandering in the area, and I also found this book.
You found a journal? This is from Mashar. I don't believe it.
What?
This journal belonged to my brother, of all people.
My brother disappeared 5 years ago, along with my father.
Along with my father.
They were on a trip, traveling through Adagim. All of the traveling party perished. I thought myself over all this. But what was Mashar's journal doing near Badrasag? Nothing is right about this. Will you accompany me to the Bladehorn to search for clues amongst the ruins? I fear my courage will fail me if I try this task alone. All right, I suppose it's time to go back to the Bladehorn when I return for the next episode of the Song of Waves and Wind.